What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you have a C5 Corvette, then you're probably familiar with the seat rocking issue that these cars have with the stock seats. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to fix that on your C5, so stay tuned. So this car has 99,000 miles on it, and the driver's side and passenger side seats both have the seat rocking issue. This happens because there is a bushing on your rail mechanism that allows your seat to move back and forth unsupported. And so today we're going to replace those bushings, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that. So the very first step in the process is we have to remove the seats. So the first thing we're going to do here is pop out these clips with a flathead screwdriver, and then we're going to pop off these caps. And then underneath that cover, there's a 15mm nut that you're going to want to remove. Now you want to move your seat all the way to the front position. And then there are two more 15mm nuts in the back. Okay guys, this is Gabe from the future. When you're taking the seat out, make sure to put it in the all the way up position, because you need to get this bolt out right here. And if it's down like mine was, you cannot reach that bolt. So when the seat is still plugged in, you need to basically just lift up on this one here, and it's going to raise your seat all the way up, and that will give you access to that bolt. So don't forget to do that before you take it out, because now I have to reconnect the wiring on both the seats to lift it before I can take it out. So this one I already did. Now you can see I've got plenty of room to get that bolt. So yeah, don't forget that. And now I'm going to use a jack stand so that way I can tilt the seat up, and now I can access the electronics underneath and unplug those. So first I detached the wiring from the bracket on the seat, and then I was able to push in the clips on the wiring here and remove it. So there's just these two clips. There's the black and the blue if you have the seats like mine, and they just come off like that. And now our seat is free to go. And now we're going to do the exact same procedure on the passenger side. Okay, so I have both of these seats out now, and as a lot of you guys might realize, these don't look like the stock seats. These actually have seat covers from Custom Interiors, so make sure to check those guys out. They did an awesome job, and these seat covers look phenomenal. I love them. They're super comfortable, but as you can see here, underneath, it is just the stock tan leather seats. So this is going to be the procedure that works on your car. Don't worry, they do look different, but I promise you it's the same. So as you can see here, this is our issue. All right, so now I have the seat flipped on its side. So whichever one you're trying to remove, you want to have on the top. So this rail is the one we're going to work on first. So first we are going to get these two T25 screws. So I have my T25 right here. So like I said before, this one is a T40 up here. Unfortunately, as you guys can see, my T40 does not quite fit, and I don't have a key for the T40. So what I did instead is I just got this T30 here, and I know this was kind of sketchy, but I basically just put this in here and used a 1/4-inch ratchet and stuck it on there and just turned it with the ratchet instead, just on these here. Luckily it wasn't super tight, so it cracked loose, so now I can just get the rest by hand. But yeah, if you're going to do this job, get a T40 90-degree L wrench, and that'll fit much better in there. So next we're going to come to the front of the seat here and scoot this bracket forward, and then this little rod here we're going to just push back and then pull out like that. So make sure to hold on to this. And then we're gonna come to the back of the seat here, move this all the way forward, and then we are going to just pull this guy out just like that. And as you can see, that right there is why we have that rocking back and forth motion. All right, so I cleaned up the rod a little bit and then I put some painter's tape here. So this block right here is free floating. It moves around a little bit. So I just put in these two spacers to give us a more accurate location of where the threads are gonna be in relation to this block. So I put the tape here at the very edge. So that way, once we have these installed and we're ready to thread it back on, I know exactly where to put it. So that way, when I do this one, they're still aligned and there's not going to be any binding. So make sure to do this. You don't want to skip this or else you're going to have to count out every single thread, and that is going to be super tedious and time consuming. You don't want to do that. So just make sure that you tape this off. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to unthread this and pull this off. So that way we can install the spacers. And I'm also going to clean the rod while I'm here. Now we can pull out this inner block and we can see that big mess of goo in there. So we want to clean both of these parts thoroughly, because if there's any goo left in here, that's going to mess with our spacers that we're putting in. So we just want to scrub this out and make sure that there is no leftover contaminants in there and make this as clean as possible. Okay, so I got both of these cleaned up for the most part. And so as you can see, this piece right here has a little bit of a angle at the top. So you want to make sure that this is facing up. So we're just going to place that in there like that. And you can see there is a ton of room in there. So I have these two spacers that I 3D printed, and these are going to take up that space. You can buy kits for these and they're pretty cheap, but I wanted these today. So I just went ahead and printed them out of PETG material, and these are pretty stout, so I think these will work well. So what I'm gonna do is basically I am going to get this, slide that in right there, and then on the other side, I'm going to do the exact same thing. We want to line this up and center it, and basically push this all the way in. And it's gonna be pretty tight, but you want it to be that way so that way you don't have any kind of play or anything like that. So make sure that it seats all the way in there. And if you have to get a flat head to kind of push it down a little bit, you have to do that. So make sure to seat these fully. And then try and center them up. So there we go. All right, so one block is now done. So now we can reassemble this, and then we have another one to do on the driver's seat. So we're gonna grab the rod here and just thread this on up until the tape. All right, there you go. That is what it's gonna look like once it's done. Now we're gonna put the rod back in, so make sure that these threads are facing this way, and these threads on this side are facing this way. So we're gonna pull this back a little bit and then feed it through this section all the way up. And then we also want to make sure that we install this rod back at the front. So now this rod is going to go in like that. And then it feeds up into this front portion here, just like that. And then we can slide this back forward. So now we want to make sure that the rail is all the way forward, so that way we can put this up to the hole that it needs to be. And then we can feed the T40 bolt through the back, and we can thread that in. There we go. And now we can pull this back until the threads match up with these holes. And now we're going to thread in the T25s. And as you can see, we no longer have any play in the rail. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the other rail on the driver's side seat and do the two rails on the passenger side seat. I'm going to do those off camera because it would be pretty tedious if I did all those for you guys, but I will show you guys the end result once it's done. It is now the next day. I wanted to show you guys the end result in daylight, but here we go. So the seats are reinstalled. I cleaned up the seats while they were out, and there is no more rocking. As you guys can see, the seat is stout now. No more rocking or play of any kind. And also, all of the buttons and all the adjustments work exactly the same as they used to. When I was doing the passenger side seat, the T40 bolt actually had a little bit more clearance in there, so I was able to get my T40 bit in there to loosen it up. And thank goodness it was able to get in there, because that bolt was in there tight. It almost didn't want to come loose, and I felt like I was going to strip it, so I needed every bit of bite that I could possibly get, but I was able to get it, so I'm pretty happy. So for this job, make sure to get a T40 L wrench, and that's going to give you a little bit more clearance in there, so that way you don't have to use a bit. But if you found this video helpful, make sure to help me out as well and check out my Etsy store linked above, where you can find things like the early model Corvette headlight bezel plug, the DJI microphone exhaust bracket, replacement target top storage bumpers, and all kinds of other C5 Corvette accessories. There you have it, guys. That's how to fix the seat rocking issue in your C5 Corvette. But if you have any questions on this procedure, let me know in the comments below, and I'd be happy to help you out. And as always, if you enjoyed the content for today, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for future content. I'll catch you guys next week. Later.